Marshfield Community Television brings you the Ram Report. I'm your host, David Snow. This is our third version of the program. We've had the football team in here, Coach Aruka and his captains. We had Coach Fisher and his boys varsity basketball captains in last week. And this week we're happy to have with us Coach Connolly and his captains for this year, 21-22. And Coach, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And I wonder if you could just introduce the guys to your left and give us a little synopsis of who they are in your mind.
Sure. Nick Cerritos next to me, senior captain, number 15. He's been a 3-year varsity player. He was second leading scorer as a sophomore. I think he was third leading last year. He's one of our leading scorers so far through 3 games this year. He's nominated captain and voted by captain by his teammates. I think he's a great captain. He's a hard worker. You know what you're going to get every single game out of him. He's an honest, hard-working player. He's competitive in all 3 zones. Next to him, Jake Hemingway, junior captain, defenseman. Jake is a 3-year varsity player, played all 3 years so far. Another kid, leads by example. He's a vocal leader as well, but he's great work ethic. Next to him, Dan Connolly, senior captain, forward. He plays all 3 positions up front. Also plays power play on the PK. Plays the point on the power play. Very versatile player. 2-year captain for us. Kid who plays in all situations. Very dependable. He's a good leader for us, just based upon the way he approaches every game.
Very good. Thank you guys for being on with us. Dan, if you could just talk about, this is your 23rd season?
Yes, 23rd year.
Yeah. I thought I had you 22 last week when we spoke. Yeah. So over the course of 23 years, what's changed, about the game, about your approach to the game, and what's remained a constant throughout?
I think the biggest thing that's changed, I think the kids are more skilled. The game's still the same for the most part. Same goals. You try to outscore the opponent. As Derek Sanderson used to put up his keys to the game: score more goals than the other team.
Yeah.
You do that, you're going to win. So,
yeah.
That still remains the same. We try to play the same systems. We try to play a quick game. I think we have the ability to play quick. All our forwards are great skaters. Our defense are mobile. They're involved. So I think the game itself, is the same as that, as far as that goes. But as I said, a little bit more skilled, top to bottom. I think that's changed. It's probably the social media aspect and how infatuated the kids are with the social media, I'd say. I think they'd probably agree if, they're quick to look, all right, who won, who scored, then it's a gratification of, how they're doing, how many points, everything. And I'm not saying they're selfish at all about that, but it's just, looking to see how they're doing, how the teams are doing, how other teams are doing, how their opponent is. We have Framingham coming up next. They'll probably checked out their record and everything so far. And I think that, and as soon as the game's over, they're on their phones, checking in with people, etc.
Yep.
I'd say that.
So just a quick follow-up to, you alluded to it, but if everything's running at its best capacity and things are firing on all cylinders, what's happening on the ice for you guys?
I think, the good thing for us is I think we've gotten better each game. And it's playing within our systems, playing hard, playing defense first.
Yep.
But when we go, it's, we want all 5 guys involved.
Yep.
Our defense are involved, our forwards, are going, and we're skating hard. We want to play a quick transition game. We want to, play as fast as possible.
Very good. And so I'm going to turn to Nick, just because he happens to be next to you. Nick, what do you notice 3 games in? I mean, is it different as a captain? Is it still the same approach for you?
It's definitely a little bit different as a captain. Definitely a little bit more to worry about, like the players and how they're acting, and gotta be a little bit more vocal at times. And it seems like we've gotten better every game. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jake, have you noticed that you're a junior as a captain? Congratulations. It's a big accomplishment. As a junior and taking an active leadership role, does it transition on the ice? Like, do you feel a difference with your teammates as a captain?
I mean, I feel like the past 2 years, I've always tried to be that guy to get the boys prepared and keep them focused on the game. But as a captain, it definitely feels different because you got to be that guy that actually does it now.
Yeah. Dan, I'm just going to shift it up a little bit with you. Nothing too heavy, though.
All right.
So you guys have all been through a lot in the last couple of years that are way out of your control, right? What have you noticed about yourself from the time you got here on campus and on the ice for the first time to where you are now? And can you believe how quickly it's gone by?
Not really. It's kind of crazy because last year we only had like a 14 game season, and it was kind of hard last year, and we didn't really get to like be together as a team. And this year it's a lot better because we can go do film and come together as a team. And this year, I think it's all the guys are pretty excited and the locker rooms are a huge thing. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know, it's going to be a lot more fun.
It's great.
Than last year.
And so, Jake, in these first couple of games, what do you see that you're really happy with, and where do you think you guys need to improve?
We could definitely improve a little bit in the D zone, tighten a few things up, making better decisions, quicker decisions. But I like the way the boys are working. They're definitely working hard. Just a few little things, we can be the best team in the league probably.
And Nick, what do you notice about this team? And if you could just maybe call out a player or two that maybe surprised you since you came into the beginning of the season. Dan, I'm going to come right back at you with the same question. This, Dan. We'll get back to you, Dan.
I think Tommy Carroll got a lot better. He looks a lot faster. He looks a lot more comfortable, and I don't know. Yeah, I think he got a lot better. He improved on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think Cam McGettrick and Brady Quackenbush, they both filled in some pretty big roles. Brady Quackenbush filling in for Aiden Healy. Aiden Healy was a great goalie for us, but I think Quack had a shaky start at the beginning, but he played very well against Waltham, and Cam McGettrick's playing in all three zones very well for us, so I think he has a great start to the season so far.
Great. And Jake, is there anybody you want to call out that's come into maybe the defensive zone, playing out there with you on defense?
I would say Jake Reisman. Jake Reisman has stepped up big. I mean, we lost 2 of our top 4 guys this year, and we needed a guy on the right side to fill in, and Jake Reisman has filled that role.
Yep, great. Dan, these guys, hockey seems like sort of a short season probably once you get into it, but this is a full year experience for these guys, right? Can you talk a little bit about what you and your team do in the community?
Sure. It's really a 12-month-a-year, say quote-unquote job for these guys. Yep. Whether they're preparing to play by being involved, working out weightlifting, shooting pucks, or playing on the fall or summer league teams or a tournament team.
Yep.
So the hockey aspect, they're busy, for the most part. I don't think we have too many athletes that play a fall sport. We do have some, but a lot of them play lacrosse and baseball, so they're busy in the spring. But as far as the community service, I mean, we do a lot of things in the community as a team. I'm very proud of that for the kids, of what they do. You ask them to do something, these kids will step right up and be involved. Whether it's unloading the Christmas trees for Brooks Singer, Christmas tree sales, or helping out leaf raking, or food pantry, or anything. These guys do a great job. Well, I think it's true of a lot of the athletes at the high school.
No doubt about it.
Not just us. I know all the teams are involved, so it's a great testament that these kids are willing to give back to the town. I think the town does a great job supporting the hockey programs, the soccers, the footballs, and the basketballs. So I think it's an onus on the kids to give back and help out the families that need it and help out the people that need it in the community.
Yep.
I'm very proud of what our guys do.
Yep. And I see a lot of what's put out on social media. I see these guys raking and doing all kinds of things. And
it's
helping a lot of people out.
A lot of glamorous work, but I think they realize at the end, all right, we rake that yard for a family that's not able to, or a family that's is not going through some hard times. That little things that make a difference, and they're willing to do that, and realize that they'll put a smile on someone's face by doing a little thing.
Great. It's early in the season. I didn't ask you. What do you see early? Like, where do you want to improve most? And I'll let you take it.
It's funny. I think we had a great first week, tryouts and practices, and we had a great first weekend. We had a team trip, and we went down and played Darien, Connecticut, and then played St. John, Shrewsbury, and I thought we played 2 great games.
Right.
The second week, I thought we struggled a little bit. whether that weekend took a lot out of us or, but I thought we struggled system-wise and, and doing little different things. And I think we've slowly gotten better in every aspect in all 3 games. I thought Pembroke game we were a little bit sloppy at times. I thought we controlled the game, but we were sloppy in a couple areas that would get exposed as the season got on. Silver Lake, we had a bad first period, and then we finally put it all together offensively.
Right.
But I still thought defensively we were making some questionable decisions and positional wise. Against Waltham, I thought we played great. It's a 2-2 tie that can't describe it. It's just undescribable. I mean, we scored the 4 goals. We actually scored 5 for the game in total, and I think we had 4 of them. 1 goal that called back that, it's unfortunate. You can control what you control, and you can't control the referees.
Sure.
Got to live by the decision, and they called the goal back that was 100% a goal.
Right.
Then we had a tough own goal there, but we had plenty of chances. And Waltham's one of the better public school teams in the state.
No doubt.
And 2-2 game, and I thought we outplayed them for second, third, and the overtime. I thought first period was even. I think you guys may agree to that. And the second and third period, we really controlled and, proud of the way we played. And third period, I don't think they had many chances at all. I thought the kids really played great system-wise in the third period. But unfortunately, we just couldn't get the game winner. I think Jake had a great chance on the power play. Goal made a great glove save. Nick's had some chances. Dan had some chances. We all did. Just one of those games. Just couldn't put it by the kid and give him credit.
Yep. Maybe serve you well later down the road.
And if we play at that, we're going to win majority of our games.
Right. That's great. Let's hope you do.
Yep.
So I'm going to jump back to school days here. On campus, I see a lot of you guys at football games. I see you, supporting other sports, and I see the inverse. I was at the game on Saturday, and saw a lot of football players, and you recognize faces after a while underneath the hats. And I don't know that it's unique to this school, but I think it's really strong. Do you guys, you're in your own little worlds, practicing and playing games. Do you get to do that? Do you group together and get to go out and do that as much as you'd like to? Probably don't get to do it during the season, right? To go see other games?
I think we just like to do it because everyone comes and supports us, and it's kind of just a mutual thing.
Yep.
And, we like going to their games, they like coming to ours, and it's just kind of a fun thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely good when you step out on the ice and see all the supporters there for you. They got your backs. They're rooting you on.
Yeah.
It's it's definitely a lot of fun going to the game.
Yeah.
With your whole team and stuff like that, and supporting another team from Marshfield. It's fun watching when you know everybody out there.
It's quite an atmosphere in there too.
Yeah, I think it was a big change from last year. These guys would agree. Last year was
that's right.
Parents, and that was pretty much it. And some with no fans at all, no parents were all allowed some games. And this year, our 2 home games were packed in there. Marshfield students were probably double the other schools, but Pembroke and Silver Lake both had decent crowds.
Yep.
It was good atmosphere both games. And then Waltham, a bunch of Marshfield kids were up there, I believe, and it was a good atmosphere up there.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's good. I think the kids appreciate it. We appreciate it. Them supporting these guys, and I think it gives them a little bit of a jump.
Yeah,
definitely.
Where's a place besides Habermock? Where's your favorite rink besides Habermock? I'm going to assume it's your favorite. Certainly the coldest.
I'd probably say Pilgrim because I've grown up playing for Advantage, and I like going back there. I just like the rink itself. I think it's a pretty loud rink.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. And that's where I scored my first goal my sophomore year, and it was very loud and very packed, so it's my probably favorite
Big
rink.
goal against Hingham that game.
Yeah.
Jake?
Yeah.
I'd probably have to go with the Bog.
Yeah.
I like the ice. It's nice and close. The locker room's a good size. Can fit a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's always good atmosphere in there.
Nick?
Probably go with the Bog too.
Yeah.
Just grew up playing there. It's familiar. Yeah.
How about you, Coach?
I think it's changed over the years, depending on who our rival is. The New Year's Eve games at Hingham, as Dan said, it's you go in there, it's you can't move. It's
Yeah.
a great crowd, great atmosphere. Back when we used to play Falmouth in the old OCL and the Atlantic Coast League, it was pretty much all us or them for the title. Whenever we played them down in Falmouth, it was
Yep.
a crazy atmosphere. It was so Falmouth probably went second to Hingham when we play those two rinks. As far as atmosphere and energy in the building.
Yep, you got Hingham coming up in a
Yes.
short time.
Yep, about a week away.
Yep. Can't look beyond the next
Nope.
one, I realize.
Nope.
So maybe we can talk about that after. So I asked the basketball team this last week, and I'm going to start with you, Dan. Lunchtime here in the cafeteria, what you go to?
Honestly, kind of like the pizza and the chicken patties, pretty good. But if I had to pick, probably a spicy chicken sandwich.
All right. Jake?
Probably the chicken patty.
All right. Nick? Big question. This is important stuff.
I don't like the chicken patty. I think it's pretty bad.
Dude,
I'm not a fan of it.
the new spicy chicken
I-
sandwiches are so good.
It just doesn't taste like chicken. There's something weird in there.
I mean, it's school lunches. What can you get?
I don't know. I like the. They haven't had it in a while. I like the General Tso's chicken.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. See, a little infighting. And so, what player, Dan, do you tend to either model your game after, or just a player that you admire, and maybe the reasons why that player?
I'd probably say my favorite player is Nathan McKinnon. I just like his play style. I think he's a good three-way player.
Yep.
And also Patrice Bergeron, because grew up watching him in the Bruins,
Yeah.
Boston. And I just think both of them, good three ways, fast tempo. They're
Yep.
good players.
Jake?
I'm going to have to go with Charlie McAvoy. He's great two-way, uses his body, physical, has a good stick. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
I like to watch him Bergeron.
Yeah.
It's definitely my favorite.
Yeah. Coach? You can pick a coach or a player. Why don't you pick a coach and a player?
As far as a player goes, I would probably say, well, growing up with Bobby Orr, and then it was Lemieux and Gretzky, but the most favorite fun guy to watch, in my opinion, was Pavel Datsyuk.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just a magician with the puck.
Yeah.
Just an amazing guy to watch. As far as coach goes, I was always Claude Julien. I thought he got a bad rap here, but he was good, structured defensively. Bruce Cassidy's a good coach too. As far as coach itself, favorites, I know he gets a bad rap. Mike Babcock too. I
Yep.
mean, he gets a lot out of his teams. He's always won where he's gone.
Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him end up in Edmonton to get back there and try to win them a cup. They have the talent. I think just needs the right coach there.
Yeah. He's a tough guy behind
Yep.
the bench.
Yep.
He was a tough player, too.
Yep.
So, Dan, best nickname on your team that you can say?
You're going to have to come back. I got to think about it. Hold on.
Jake, it's coming right to you then.
I'm going to have to say Kaner. I like the ring to it.
Yeah. Nick?
I guess he's not technically on the team, but he practices with us. I like Cheesehead.
Cheesehead. Okay. All right.
Either Sarit or Johnny Mac. I don't know. Johnny Mac's just got a good one.
All right.
J-Mac.
Just
J
fits
Mac,
him.
yeah. Fits Johnny.
Dan, you've coached. What's the best nickname you've had on any team you've been affiliated with?
Inside one, Squirrel for a kid.
Okay.
Back when I played.
So, quick thoughts for the rest of the year, Dan. I mean, where's this team going from what you can see?
From what I can see so far, I think we got a very strong chance of going pretty far in the tournament, if not all the way. But so far, I think we're pretty strong, starting off pretty well. So I'm just excited to see where we go.
I mean, after this week, I feel like it's going to really determine how our season's going to go, because this is probably like our 4 biggest games of the year in this stretch right here. So if we can play well through this week, I think that this will determine how far we go, and I think that we have a good chance of going pretty far.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we go pretty far too, and this is a pretty big week.
Yep.
Yeah, I got some tough teams here, a lot of good test.
Sure.
And I think if we make it out of here pretty good, then we'll be able to go pretty far.
Yep. Coach?
Don't want to keep the goal simple of, win the league, win the Framingham tournament, win the Green Cup game, and qualify for the tournament, see what happens. But, I mean, as these guys just said, these next 4 games that we had, after the 2 openers, the Walthams, then Framingham, and either St. John's or Severian and Hingham, those 4 are all in the top 10 of the state. So it's going to be a good test for us there. Then in the league, we're going to have a competitive league, and for us, we're going to get every team's best game, so we're going to make sure we're ready.
I don't want you to put anything on any other team's bulletin board, but what's the key to beating a team like Hingham?
Hingham, it's going to be discipline. Winning the special teams battle, and playing disciplined hockey in all 3 zones.
Yep.
Last year, I think we had them 3 times. Every game closer and closer and closer, and the margin of win and loss was with them and us. They beat us 3 times, but it was that close every time.
Absolutely.
Kept getting closer and closer and closer. And I thought the last game we lost down there in Gallo, I thought obviously was the closest, but we were that far. We should have been up 2 or 3-0 on them, and with a 5-on-3 we didn't capitalize on. So if we capitalized there, I think it was a different game. I think we would have beat them. But I think they're similar to us. I think we have 4 lines that can play.
Yep.
6, 7, 8 defensemen that can play. They do as well. Both have solid goaltending. So I think we both mirror images of each other.
Yep. Go right at them. I asked you this on the phone last week, so if you don't mind me asking you again, because I think the answer is important. I asked you how you're able to keep talent. You get some talented kids right here, and talented kids up and down your bench of all classes. How are you keeping these kids?
I think, there's a lot of options out there, hockey. But I think this program with these guys, they're good leaders. They're good in the rink. They're good in the community. They're good in the school. I think that right there, and then playing a competitive schedule and doing well. Knock on wood, we've qualified for the state tournament, actually except for last year with no tournament, and every year. I think it's 23 years running now. And it's good, and we've had some good runs. I think every kid that plays aspires to win a state title, and I think these kids have had it. Super 8 state Division I titles, they have it, and it's just sometimes a matter of getting a little luck during the season, staying healthy, and winning the right games.
Right. You've won a few.
Yeah, and they have the ability to. So it's just making sure they're all ready. Every game they come and they just keep it simple. They don't look ahead. Just worry about that game and that's it. I think they'll do well.
Yeah. And is there anything you can say about the support that you do get in the community? I know you alluded to it earlier when we talked about the commitment the kids make to the community. What about what you get back from the community?
Yeah, it's amazing. From businesses to fans that show up at games. I think so. Maybe I'll re-amend the question you asked a little while ago, favorite rink. I might say Gallo now. Now they have a time to think about it. Playing in that rink in the state tournament, I don't think there's any state tournament rink except for the Garden that has that type of atmosphere.
Yep.
When it's packed,
Jumping.
It's
That's a good point.
It's loud. It's good. The fans are right on top of you. It's got nice ice. The locker room setup's nice. Nice bench area.
Yep.
And when the kids are on the bench, they're looking up at the crowd, and Marshfield fans travel pretty well, and when you look up and the whole side's full of Marshfield, and some of the times we played in the South Finals there, the whole lower bowl is full, and it's just an amazing atmosphere down there. And it's nice when they come support these guys, and it's good for them, seeing that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So on a personal level, I just want to say I've got to meet your dad, Dan, gentleman, nice guy to talk to.
Yeah.
Jake, last year I remember writing to Dan like halfway through the season and saying that you were improving every game. Like it was noticeable from the beginning of the season. I don't know if you may not remember that, but I'm thinking, what does he care what I have to say, right? But it was so noticeable to me that you were improving, And so it wasn't any bit of a shock when I saw that you were a captain as a junior. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And I just have to talk about your grandfather quickly. Well, so your granddad is everywhere in this town. He's at every game. He's the most positive, complimentary guy. I just want to give you a chance to shout out to that gentleman.
Yeah, he's been, I don't even know how to explain it, just the most supportive person
Yep.
I have in my life, probably.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the mayor. Like when he walks into any of the venues, everybody knows him. So
He's a great guy, and I'm actually going to go scout a game after this, and I will be willing to bet that he's there.
well, we'll let you get to it. Also, thank you for coming in after practice. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's the last thing you felt like doing today. So with that, we'll wrap it up from here. Like to thank Dan, Jake, Nick, and Coach Connolly for coming in today. We wish you all happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and please join us next time. And hopefully we'll get you back at some point during the season. We'll see where we are after this mad stretch of games.
Thank you very much.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.